Okay, so we're getting right back into the old style videos here. When I last left off, we were doing the flooring, and this is me prepping and building the interior walls. So I ran a bunch of tape on the floor everywhere so that I didn't have to write and put marks on the ground in case I needed to change things. I was just using a Sharpie. It's accurate enough. A little warning here, I'm by no means a professional framer of any type. I was just using a little squaring method there. I was just assuming that my end wall was straight enough, and that's where I pulled all my measurements from. This interior wall here is not necessarily meant to be load bearing, but it doesn't hurt to help reduce flex. The upper floor ended up being made out of 2x6 floor joists, more for saving headroom in the loft. I'd like them to, or it would have been nice for them to be a little thicker, but you can't get everything perfect. So in practical use, the 2x6s have been no issue. They span 12 feet, which isn't terrible. It's good enough. The floor doesn't flex, so well, I mean, it doesn't flex enough to be an issue. This lower area here was divided into two separate rooms there for both of my daughters there. Me trying to figure out how to put together a pocket door. Quick little explanation to the wife about what's going on, hanging out with the kids for a bit. When it came to the layout here, I basically just took a piece of graph paper and I drew out all the things I knew the measurements for, like the washer and dryer, the tub surround, things like that. And then I would take a tape measure or boards and I would draw them out or kind of lay them out on the floor and kind of see how everything felt, made sure everything felt like there was enough room. I just laid the top plate and the bottom plate together so that I can transfer the marks directly over so that the studs line up top and bottom at the same spacing. My top plate here has a little sandwich of an extra 1-inch plywood rips that I had to put in there. I forgot to carry an inch somewhere. Not a huge deal. And then for the header there, I just used some 3/16 wall rectangular tube that I had for another project. Double checking that all the openings fit the doors correctly and that the walkways aren't going to be too narrow. This cubby hole here is for the washer and dryer stacking unit that we have. I built the back of the cubby there with an opening so that I could have a little access window into the back if I need to do any disconnecting hoses or modifications or fixes later. Laminated two 2x6s at the top there for the header on the end. The first one there has 6-inch structural screws that go into the framing of the end wall, and then I just fasten that one every 16 inches with three nails. Just using standard 2x6 hangers here. Built a little ladder box here so that I could add a little bit of extra support for the wall there, because the studs didn't really line up, or sorry, the joists didn't really line up on the wall. I just pre-assembled all these portions of the floor joist with the spacers already in there, because I was doing a 12-inch spacing to try to reduce the flex. I could not fit the nail gun in there effectively, so I figured I would just build it section by section. My best to square up all the walls where they meet the floor as I'm attaching everything, to try to reduce the amount of out of square I'll have at the end. This time of the year was pretty tough because we weren't living out here yet, and I was still working my full-time day job, so I could only work on this place on the weekends, and was trying to get as much work as possible done. Obviously, we wanted to move out here as soon as possible. It might sound kind of silly, but I was pretty excited about having a one-piece tub surround there. I mean, I've had one house prior to this, and just living in other houses and whatnot, many times throughout the year having to caulk between the tub surround and the bathtub, and you know, for whatever reason the tub shifts and the caulking leaks, and then you've got mildew and mold and all kinds of things going on in the back. But this gives you a nice clean, don't have to mess around. There's me again, messing up a little bit. Figured it out though eventually. I cut the top of this board at the required angle so that it would be flat with the floor up above. This little cantilever section here is for the where the stairs come up to the loft there. Probably gonna get comments on this, but I often work in Crocs when I'm doing this kind of stuff, just because it's more comfortable on my feet for the longer days, especially after I've been in work boots for my entire work week. Probably not the safest thing, but it's comfortable at least. Trying my best to prevent squeaks and creaks, so using subfloor glue here. And this flooring here is tongue and groove, 3/4 inch. So it fits together on the long sides with like a tongue and groove method. So. And then I'm using screws as well to fasten it to also help prevent the squeaking. Double checking that the first line there is straight with the string line. The building at this time of year was much more acceptable to work in with the insulation being in there. It was quite hot before with just the tin building, but that the 11 inches of fiberglass bat made a big difference, and the end walls being insulated helped as well. Tongue and groove there, you often have to use a board to hammer the pieces together if it's a bit of a tight fit, or if the tongue or the groove have got a little bit of damage potentially, or maybe warped a little bit. These boards had sat outside for probably 3 weeks and rained a few times and whatnot. Just didn't get to them right away, but you gotta bring the material out when you can get it out there. I can say from experience now that all the work I did screwing the floor here and gluing and everything worked out really well. I haven't noticed any squeaks or major creaks. The occasional noise once in a while, but for the most part she's pretty quiet. That's pretty much it for this video. I'm going to keep making more catch-up videos here to get everybody here caught up on where I am currently. I've got a lot of footage I got to work through here, so it's going to be probably a few months before I get it all sorted out and put together. But I hope I can keep making these for you.